all of a sudden we open up possibility for an amazing connection to happen. When we dive into relationship building, the same thing is true. When we dive into, our personal health and sharing ideas that we hear from others and connecting with them about ideas, possibilities are available to us for creation that otherwise wouldn't exist. And with that in mind, cutting through distractions create possibility. Cutting through distractions is about really focusing in a moment and making choices in a moment about what in that moment is most important. We as choice making creatures have an ability that is relatively unique in the animal kingdom. We get to decide in this moment that we're going to focus on this rather than just running out the street and chasing after a truck. We're going to actually sit here and have a conversation to completion. And in that, making that choice in this moment, we create space for new things to be created and experienced.
What if somebody wants to cut through distraction, but they lack the discipline to do so?
But they lack the discipline to do so. Here's what I would suggest. Either one of us could probably answer the question, when was the last time you went to the gym, in a very creative way? I've been there recently. The point is
define recently, right?
Yeah, define recently. If we wanted to establish the discipline that neither of us say have for going to the gym, what we would do is do something, a little bit of something. If we wanted to be smart, if we said, that's it, we're going to the gym every single day, I bet we probably wouldn't do it. Right. But I'll tell you this, later on tonight, I'm going to end up at the Mariners game. Rather than drive, I'm going to walk there. Why? Because I think it's a good idea to walk a few miles each way. I think it's a healthier choice.
Nice walk
it's
too.
a nice walk too. It's great. That said, choices like that over time become a discipline, or rather a habit that gets ingrained. And I start thinking to myself, even as I was driving here today, you know what? I wish that I had taken a little bit more time to ride my bike. That would have been fun. You start to build your own discipline. The lacking of discipline is temporary. Lacking of discipline is a choice-making procedure. And we have the ability, as I mentioned, to make choices that result in different eventualities. We can change our future by building a better now through the choices that we make. And we can establish discipline over time by making small choices today. We don't have to engage with discipline in a massive way. We can start making smaller choices today.
Off subject, are you like a big Mariners fan?
I'm a substantial Mariners fan.
Oh,
I
yeah.
am. Yeah.
I have to say, so I'm from Texas. My team is Houston Astros. I have to say, the Mariners fan base has to be the most loyal fan base in the history of sports, right? I'm like this, y'all. Don't you have like the number one pitching staff in the?
We have the number one pitching staff in
and
baseball.
you had like a 7-game lead, and now it's like
we had at one point a substantial lead, and we have lost the lead, and
it's like every year y'all goes this every year. It's like
to be a Mariners fan is a testament to discipline. It's a testament to focus. It's a testament to devotion. Mariners fans are a specific breed who handle and manage disappointment with grace.
Yeah. I tip my hat to you, sir. Every year, yeah.
Every year.
Last year, y'all didn't. I think I made the playoffs last year, the first time like in 20 years or something.
It was a couple of years ago. We made the playoffs. Cal Raleigh hit a bottom of the ninth home run, and it was. I'll replay the moment for you in a sense, in that it's down to the last pitch. Basically, Cal Raleigh hits a home run, wins the game for the Mariners. I turned to somebody who was standing next to me watching the game, who I'd met just earlier in the evening, and we held each other and wept. We wept openly. Okay. So yes, they haven't made the playoffs in many, many, many years. They made the playoffs, and then that playoff hope failed. This year, we'll see what happens. Like I said,
y'all are a dedicated fan base.
We're a dedicated fan base.
Yeah. One thing, like I can't watch baseball on the TV, but I love it. I go at least 4 or 5 Mariners games a year. Right? I just like atmosphere. Just places like what, half a mile walk from here too.
It's easy. It's easy from here. Absolutely.
And there's like a day game at 1 o'clock on a Wednesday.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's really great. I'm sure we'll go to a game sometime. I love seeing the games live. It's great.
So next, your book talks a lot about focus. My question is, can you be focused on more than one thing?
I think it's possible to be. I think the idea of multitasking is overrated. I think that multitasking is not as effective as people think it is. So yes, it's absolutely possible, and it needs to be, right? I mean, I'm not just about the podcast today. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking to myself, okay, later on tonight, I'm gonna have, see my friend, we'll have dinner, go to the game, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't mean that I'm focusing on that specifically, but we have different initiatives that come in and leave our focus, come into our priority and leave our priority throughout the day. The question is, though, can we keep our eye on one that is the most mission critical in front of us, even for an extra second or two, or an extra minute or two, an extra hour if need be, in order to get that thing accomplished, to have that thing, whatever it might be, seen through to completion or seen through to its next extra step, so that we push the pawn forward a little bit, to use a chess metaphor. Because if we don't, we end up getting distracted and not moving any pieces at all because we're going in so many directions at once.